True Hoop TV, there's record-setting Atlanta Hawk Kyle Korver. How are you, sir?
I'm well. How you doing?
Good, good. So listening against the Cavs, you set an all-time NBA record. You've hit a 3 in 90 consecutive games. How many more can you go?
I don't know. I'm pretty happy with 90 right now. You know, we'll see.
You haven't really come close to having a game without a 3. It's been, we looked it up. It was almost a year ago in February against Orlando. You were late in the fourth quarter when you hit your first 3. But other than that, it's been safe all the way through.
Oh, a little safe. You know, there's a really funny story about that game, actually. So Bob Weiss, who was an assistant coach for us, sitting behind the bench, his wife texted him, because we were actually up by quite a few points, I think, in that game. And his wife texts him and says, "Bob, Kyle doesn't have a 3 yet. Put him back in the game." And they did, and then I missed like 3 threes in a row, and I was about to just like mail it in, like, man, I don't want to, I just don't even want to, you know, like this, and I ended up making one at the very, very end. So Tracy Weiss, thank you very much for texting Bob during the game.
Is there a lot of friends and family texting the coaching staff with the advice during the game?
I doubt it. I hope not. But I think just, you know, that's kind of a funny story. I hadn't even told that story yet in this whole thing. It's actually
you gotta give her like she deserves an award in this whole thing.
I know. Yeah. There's probably a T-shirt or something we can send her. I don't know.
What is the biggest obstacle? Is it finding the opportunity to shoot, or is it just having them go in?
No, I think finding the shots is always harder for me. You know, I don't create a lot of these shots. You know, I mean, I run around a lot, but you know, I'm a product of good ball movement and good spacing and good screens and good passes. You know, so like good team basketball. So yeah, there's been a lot of games in my career where it's like, you know, like you don't even get to shoot one, and so I think that's what makes it special. This record kind of special for me, just because it was a lot of work. You know, I don't know, like it's something.
How much time do you spend alone shooting in the gym in a typical week?
I shoot as long as I can shooting full speed. Like the moment I start once I start, you know, kind of settling a little bit or just kind of going through motions, I stop, because that's not the way I'm going to shoot in a game. So, you know, I'll shoot before and after practice for a certain amount of time, but by no means am I in there for 6 hours a day just hoisting up 1,000 shots, you know?
Can you lift and then shoot? This is something NBA players do that us people can't do.
No, yes, I do. Lifting's a big part of my week. I try to get in at least 3 or 4 lifts a week. And it's not always upper body. It's a lot of times just legs. You know, if you talk to, you know, any shooter, really, I suppose. I mean, legs is a huge part of what we do. And so being strong, not just being in shape and being able to run forever, but like feeling strong in your shot, it's a really big deal. And so, you know, I'm not trying to break any bench press records, but you know, lifting weights is a huge part of my week for sure.
Kind of like a pitcher having a no-hitter. Your teammates have been not talking to you about this record very much. Is that right?
Yeah, that's kind of the rule, right? Like when something's going on like this, you try not to talk about it too much. I mean, people would say something here or there, but you know, I tried to kind of shush them. You know, just, you know, not supposed to talk about it.
But your opponents, I imagine, don't honor the creed.
No, you know, probably not. You know, you could feel sometimes you felt like the other team was trying to break it, but records aren't supposed to be easy. You know, like it's okay. Like that's kind of their job. So that's all.
Do you want to name names, like someone who's trying to break your?
Nah, I'm not gonna do that.
Do you believe in the hot hand?
I don't know what that is. What do you mean?
Well, there's so most, you know, basketball players believe that the guy who's just hit a few shots is more likely to hit the next few. More analytical types say that that's not actually real, and just good shooters hit a lot of shots, and sometimes they come together.
Well, I think there's definitely like a rhythm and a zone that sometimes you get into, and then when you do that, it's like I think, you know, if a hot hand, I think some people think they have a hot hand when they really don't, you know. So I think that's probably where the analytics get skewed. But you know, I mean, I don't know. If I'm feeling it, I would like to keep shooting, I guess. So yeah, I'm in.
Well, you got a new coach this summer, Coach Budenholzer from the Spurs. When he arrived, did this record ever come up in your early conversations?
I've never talked to him before about it. He gave me a high five after it was done. After the last shot, he called a timeout. That had, I guess, a little video that I didn't know about, and they did some things. And he was very excited that it was finally over too, and he gave me a high five. And that was the first time I'd ever talked to him about it. So
Wow.
I didn't even know if he knew about it, and I was
Wow.
gonna bring it up. So, but he did, I guess.
So this record has been around for a while. When you look around the league, are there some players in the league now who you think are threats to follow in your footsteps and take the record even further?
For sure. I mean, there's so many good shooters, and the way the game is going, it's all about getting points in the paint and knocking down threes. It's the way we're headed, and so I think we're kind of just on the beginning of that upswing. I think the 3-pointer has always been important. I think when I first came into the NBA, it was all about mid range and don't just be a 3-point shooter. And there's truth to that, and there still is for sure. But it's really evolving, and so the coaches want to hit guaranteed twos and then knock down threes, and so yeah, there's so many good shooters out there. I mean, I can go on for a while. So I'm sure. Hopefully, the record stays for a little while, but you never know.
Have you talked to Dana Barros, who held the record before you?
I never have. I just know when I first heard about it, and I heard about it kind of in the middle of the year last year, and they said the number 89. I was just like, man, that's so many. I have a ton of respect for him. That's really good shooting.
Yeah, that's some good stuff. You have never won the 3-point contest at All-Star Weekend, I believe. Is that correct?
Nope, I did twice. I got third and second my first 2 years, and I haven't done it since.
What's the problem? What's the haps?
A couple years maybe I didn't get invited, and a couple years maybe I needed to get away, and then like last year I had a baby girl and just kind of wanted some time. Someday I'd like to do it again. I don't know if it'll be
this year. You gonna do it or no?
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you have to get invited, and you got to shoot well. Like I don't. There's a lot of variables that I don't control. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you're shooting well. You're doing that. You're doing your part.
I'm trying. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Kyle.
Cool.